You know, overall priorities in this space continue to be more of the same, you know, undisclosed conflicts, you know, failing to disclose fees, valuation issues, misappropriation issues. I would say troubling, you know, what you'd call regulatory violations, like serious violations of the custody rule and things like that. But for the most part, I don't think our priorities have really shifted much. We've obviously put a lot of energy into the share class initiative.
So can you tell us about some of the more important cases that have come out in the advisor space recently, and whether there are themes that you're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, look, I've spent a lot of my time in this space recently, but I think broadly speaking, you know, some of the themes that I think about, you know, that we've looked at broadly are misappropriation cases, which we continue to see, right? I mean, those are obviously, not obviously, I mean, those are more often than not sort of special cases. I think most people would say that's not the problem, you know, that they have. But cherry picking continues to be a problem, which I put in the misappropriation bucket, kind of broadly speaking. You know, we continue to do data-driven initiatives on this. They're kind of easy to refresh and look at. And we still see it. We still find a bunch of those cases every time we do, you know, the refresh on the data. So we see those undisclosed compensation beyond really this, what we've been talking about, you know, markups on products, other things like that. You know, one of the things we've sort of dug in a little deeper on, I can't think of a case we've brought, but I know it's an area we've looked at, is sort of, you know, what I would broadly refer to as double dipping, you know, where someone's buying a commission-based product and putting it into a wrap fee program, or, you know, that sort of thing, where somebody ends up paying twice on something, or effectively paying twice on something. You know, general high-risk compliance issues, which I think I've referred to already, but I would put those more in like custody rule violations, cross-transactions, things like that, that are sort of what I would call really higher risk in terms of the potential nature of them. I think, you know, folks can probably see, like, when you think about really what are more the regulatory or violations without the fraud charges, I think what you'll see for the most part is that we are focusing our attention on those kinds of violations that really do have the potential for damage, you know, even where there's not a fraud charge. I think other cases we've seen a handful of recently are misreps about the services that are being provided. You know, we've seen a few of those, and we continue to see, you know, cases with misreps about historical performance and things like that. I mean, I would say those are the broad trends that we see in the recent enforcement actions, and things that I'm thinking about as I think about the pipeline that we're, you know, that we're working through.